People, what's good? What's happening? What's going on? It's me, Brian B. We got some sponsorships as well as partnerships here at the THEB-LINE Entertainment LLC, and I want you to check them out right now. Let's go! Check out Coley's Vegan Treats. Love is in the air, and so is the sweet scent of their vegan Valentine's Day treats. Perfect for treating yourself or someone else. Visit www.coleysvegantreats.com and place an order today. People, check out Upsurge Magazine. That's right, brand new magazine hitting the scene, and it's got a whole bunch of content creators and news and information and important people that you need to know about. That's right, supporting businesses and all. We gonna talk about it. Upsurge Magazine, check them out today. People, make sure that you go ahead and check out the THEB-LINE Entertainment Stuff and Things shop. We got all merchandise that you're looking for. Everything to promote the show. That's right, from hats to glasses to cups to sweatshirts to t-shirts, you name it. Boys, girls, babies, whoever wants to show off that they love watching the THEB-LINE Entertainment LLC. We can't wait to see you in your brand new gear. Come on and check it out today. Let's go!
Check it out. What up? Yo, what's good, people? Hopefully y'all hear me okay. My microphone has been tripping on me a little bit recently, but it's all right because we here. We in the building. We doing things over here. And let me just make sure I got everything going. Yeah, everything looks right. Hey, THEB-LINE, it's another Tuesday. So you know what that means. It's time for episode 123. Of the THEB-LINE web show, man. The original show, the OG show, I call it, because it's the one that I started with. Thank you guys so much for following along and having fun on this journey that we on here. If you haven't already, please go ahead over to YouTube and like and share and subscribe to the channel because we still doing big things over here. I got a big announcement. Check it out, yo. It's a big announcement, right? It's a big announcement for me. Yo, I've been saying it a lot. I don't know if you guys have seen it before on the show, but we have the Last Laugh Challenge coming back. It's going to be one of these episodes these next couple weeks. I'm putting together a crew. So if you think that you can survive without laughing and you want to come have some fun, definitely come join us on the Last Laugh Challenge. I will be posting it in social media soon. So I hope you guys are ready for that. But, yo, check it out, man. We're going to be doing some shit tonight. We're going to be talking. We got a couple people in the room. We're doing a free talk night. It's a lot going on. So we're going to talk about it and have some fun. We leaving the microphones open. So whatever you want to talk about, air it out. We got to do that. But before we do anything, we got to let you know where we at. It is the THEB-LINE web show. Let's go.
Straight to the point, baby.
It's going down in
3, 2, 1.
People, that's your boy!
Brian B.
Let's go.
Back on the THEB-LINE. I'm looking forward to it. I'm so excited.
Is the influence you have.
Again with strangers!
You gotta be able to clean the baby's ass.
Hold on real quick.
Knows the hands of fate.
People, it's your boy, Brian B. Welcome to the THEB-LINE web show. Let's go!
Yeah, that's right. Check it out. Oh, listen. All right. So we got to do all the introduction stuff, right? So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and bring in the crew. They're in the building with us. So we're going to be talking today. I think one of them just got bounced out, but he'll be back. Yo, we got my girl, Laura D, back in the building from last week. What up, Laura? You muted. Got that mute button on. That mute button. That mute.
What's up, B? What's up? How you doing?
Chilling. Yo, how you do? Good over there?
I'm good. I'm feeling good today. Feeling really
Good. Yeah.
good. Just came from over there with DJ.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I saw. Shout out to DJ Steady, who they want back at it. Really happy for him. He's on the shows. He was on our entertainment show a couple weeks ago. Had a lot of fun, good conversation, and everything like that. So shout out to Stead for real. But glad to have you back on, yo. We're gonna be kind of doing like an open mic night, so we'll be talking about a whole bunch of shit, yo. These episodes I like because these ones just it ain't no rules. It's just we talking shit tonight.
Right. I'm down for this. I'm ready.
Yeah. Just free talk, yo. But of course, yo, Laura was on last week, and so was my man talking about coming back to the podcast, coming back to the mic. We got from the brain to popcorn, like he's calling it now, the brain to entertainment. Definitely a lot of content that he's got over here. He's been on plenty of the shows. He ain't no stranger. That's my man Jason Greg in the building. What up, Jay?
What's good, y'all? What's good?
Chilling, man. Chilling.
Hey.
What's up?
Listen, man, I don't know about y'all, but I'm in Georgia, right? And it's been cold, right? It was cold for a while. Like, it was cold. Everybody got their hoodies on and had heaters on in the studio and shit. And then all of a sudden, we started waking up. And yesterday morning, I was like, damn, it's cold as shit out here. So, we got our jackets. We retreated because it started warming back up. So we got our jackets back. We started putting everything back on. And then all day, we were like, oh, no, it's hot again. Damn, fuck. All right.
Weather bipolar.
Yo, but now it's fucking free. Yo, it's been freezing all day, yo. Y'all cold as shit too?
Yeah.
Texas.
I had my feet on earlier.
Bruh.
Yeah, Texas. It was hot last week, and now all this week's gonna rain and just be cold. I love it. I just love this bipolar weather.
This is why everybody getting their crazy sicknesses and stuff like that. Cause man, I was like, I'm sitting there seeing my kids, leave and shit in the morning. And I'm like, yo, why am I standing here in my drawers? Like I need a fucking thermal and hoodie and all that stuff or whatever. But I wasn't ready for that. But guys, thank you guys for coming so much tonight. First off, I wanted to give you guys the floor, like when we start early. Laura, we're gonna start with you. Just once again, just like shout out what you got going on and your show and give you a little time since you're coming on the web.
Okay, yeah. So listen, guys. My YouTube I have is the Annoying Hour Network, and then I have another YouTube called Miss Accountability. And so my Alluring Hour is just basically me and my family doing our thing, living our lives. I might give y'all some trending news from time to time, but Miss Accountability, that's something that's new. And I'm just holding us all accountable, mostly women folk, but I'm just holding us all accountable. And just Facebook, y'all, I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to learn and grow. I'm trying to get like my big bro over here because that's the hustle man right there.
Trying, man. I'm still trying.
You got it.
I'm trying, man. This shit hard, yo. This content creation shit. Yo, you want to know something? All right, we'll talk. Let me get Jay, and then we'll start talking about that. That's a good topic, actually.
Yeah.
Jay, what you got going on,
What's
bro?
up? Still trying to get back into podcasting. Probably gonna be doing a few shows, probably pertaining to wrestling. Probably do countdown to WrestleMania. Might do a movie show if I find the time or money to go see a movie.
Yeah, man.
But as of right now, I'm working on the virtual wrestling content, and that has been taking up most of my time. 25 hours and counting so far.
It's crazy.
Making a show like of that caliber, it's not easy, y'all. I got a headache.
Yeah, I believe it. Editing shit ain't no joke, man. Take work. Take a lot of time.
Man, I don't know how y'all do it because even from the setup to the background to the intro, it's so impressive. Like I literally don't know how you do all of this. It's like, where do you find the time, brother man?
Well, I've been lucky, man. I've that's one big word I can use. I've been lucky. I definitely put hard work in, but I've been able to do this for a living for the last year, man. And I got side hustles. I got different ways I make money and stuff like that or whatever. So my wife, she works, and she's the one that's been out the house. I'm the one who does. I homeschool my daughter. I take care of the whole house. I do everything because the deal was I can't have my wife going out and just working and I'm just home, turning on the heat shit when I get cold. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I'm not one of them niggas, right? So it's like, I'm like, fuck you, babe. If you want to go out, she found a job that was really good, that was kind of holding down the house. So I make a little money on my own, just kind of doing my own thing, and then I make money doing this. So it's like we said, hey yo, you go out and I'll take care of everything else. So I cook, I clean, I'm fucking starting a garden. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not trying to brag. I do a lot of shit, yo. Yeah, I do a lot of shit. I'm not a lazy nigga, yo. But this is my passion. I love. I sit down every day. I got an office in like 4 different fucking places in my house, and I literally am editing or just making clips or just making different content all day. That's all I do.
I like
So
that.
yeah,
See,
man.
see that right there. That just motivates me because now I'm like, girl, you ain't doing enough. You gotta do more.
Still,
I
yeah.
love that though.
Yeah, I feel like that still, yo. That's why this content creation shit. I look at people sometimes and I say to myself, like, you know, I don't know if you guys have had the same feeling of like you see people, especially like on TikTok. You see people on TikTok, they going live every day, and you got these people making, oh, I made $10,000 yesterday, and you're looking around like, how is that even fucking possible? Like,
Right.
like, yo, look how many shows. Shit, Jay, you said you getting back in the podcast. You've been on 3 of my fucking shows now in less than like a week at this point. So I'm saying, like, these people who are making all of this money, these motherfuckers just live online, man. Just post everything. That's how you kind of gotta be. I don't feel like I'm there yet. Like, I don't feel like I can just, oh, I'm eating, you know, a steak right now, or I'm taking a shit. I don't feel like I'm there yet, yo. How about y'all? Like, do y'all want to dedicate that much time into it?
I used to. I used to go live on Facebook all the time and TikTok, but then I found myself like I have to clean, I have to cook, and then I'm just like, bro, I ain't got time to be doing this all the time. And then I'm in school. And then, you know, I told my husband I kind of wanted to drop out of school and dedicate all my time to content creation. But then I'm like, bro, that feels lazy. I can do this. I just can't be on here all day like I used to be doing live because I got paid on TikTok, though. I'm not going to lie. Like, at the end of the week, there's some days where I made like $150, and that was just from people, you know, just sending me gifts.
Yes,
You
yeah.
know, so I was like, yeah, that was cool. And then with Facebook, it was just like I was making like $60. I know it's not a lot, but it was a lot.
That's a lot,
because now I'm making 15 cents.
bro.
When I used to go live all the time and just post, I used to make like at least $60 a month. Now during COVID, I at least made at least $300 to $500. But now it's just like COVID's over and they're not paying you for reels anymore unless you're getting stars. So I was like, I'm back to being a little broke little girl. You know,
Listen, yo, I was just Jay. I was just about to say. I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna get to you real quick, Jay. But I want to acknowledge, because I'm not trying to hate. I'm not being a hater, but I'm just saying, Laura, let's be real. Like, we gotta acknowledge this shit. Like, we talked about this on the show before too. But women, man, you guys, I don't know if it's just because men are just fucking horn dogs or whatever it is, but y'all can get on there and not even be like super flashy. But Laura, you know, you get on there, you put the boobs out and shit, and you like the attention is there. You can fucking forget about it. Niggas just throwing you, yeah, baby, let me see your feet too, and all that goofy, crazy shit. Bro, like it's gotta be. Is it sometimes just like a breath of fresh air, like just knowing you're a woman and you don't even have to have sex with nobody or anything like that? You can just kind of like, hey, look at me. I'm fucking beautiful, right? What you like? And niggas just throw that shit.
At first, it was cool. And I'm like, okay, this was sustaining me. But then after a while, the messages that I would get, and then I don't know if you guys seen, I exposed somebody one time because I asked them, stop sending me these pictures, please. Just stop it. So I had to put them out there. Those are the type of things that irritate me, and it becomes a nuisance when you have to be sexualized, and that's not really who you are. You have to be this persona online to earn a living. And like recently, I just went through my Facebook and made all those type of pictures that I had up there private, so can't nobody access them anymore because I said, this isn't the way. I said to my husband, I told him, I said, I don't want to make money like this anymore. I feel like I'm 2 steps away from being a stripper or a whore. And I'm none of those things. So I was like, I have to figure out how to use my God-given talents to try to earn money. And like right now, I'm not making the money I was making before. But they say all money ain't good money.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. That's definitely true. Well, I'm glad you spoke on it because I've said that multiple times, but sometimes I'll be envying. I ain't gonna lie, especially times where it's like I'm really trying to make like content, like either whether I'm trying to be funny or I'm trying to be whatever. And sometimes I'll just be going on TikTok and sometimes I'll just be live. And I'll be seeing people, and I mean the deadest doornail personalities, man, on there being live, no content, not talking, but they got 40, 50 people in they rooms just listening to them.
Mhm.
Hi, where are you from? And I'm like, yo, this is what y'all want? Because she kind of cute, not even like gorgeous and shit.
No, I
Motherfuckers
mean,
got no standards.
You'll see the Lyft girl. She has OnlyFans, and she's making money. Like people
Listen, bro.
love stuff like that. Like I'm in this group. It's called BBWs. Like it's a BBW group,
Yeah.
and those guys are like, I'm not gonna lie, those men pay my bills. They
Mhm.
love full figure women, and they love them really big because it was some girls. I found myself looking at this girl like, dang, I wish I was bigger. Like for real. Like I mean, but she was beautiful though. But
Yeah.
it's a thing.
Yeah, oh no, it's definitely a thing. Yeah, everybody's got a preference, or everybody got a type or a style, and
Mhm.
sometimes motherfuckers don't even have a type or a style that matches up to them all the way. Sometimes, and I know I can't be the only one. I definitely got like a type. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Mhm.
got a type. I got that I look at that I'm maybe more attracted to. But I'm not gonna lie. If I'm in a freaky mood and shit or something, like I'm like, all right, man, fuck that shit. I want to play with that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's like just to be honest, right? Like I'm not gonna be lying. Like
I
sometimes,
feel
like
it.
yeah, okay, it might not always be like it is a misconception, like you don't always need the gorgeous chick and this and that. Sometimes, and niggas is lying if they say this ain't true.
Mhm.
Sometimes you look at that little weird looking chick and you looking like, I wonder what that's like.
I mean, look at some of these baby mamas out here. And you know, guys,
Yo,
you know. Listen.
all right. Let's before we get all full fledged freak off. Yo, Jay, what about you,
What's
bro?
up?
How you feeling? Like you like so since you're getting back into it, you seeing us, you coming on the shows, you've been popping in, you on a regular now. Are you feeling like you want to try to, give content creation? You're starting the virtual wrestling stuff. You trying to, get paid off it, or you just kind of doing it for a hobby still?
Okay, so here's always been my thing. I would love to get paid. I wish I could. I wish I could get paid. Me, if people know me, I'm an artist. I'm a writer. I'm an artist. I love to make art.
Yep.
My whole play in life is I want to make like the things that I make, the things that I put out there. I wanted to move people and to, you know, cheer people up, lift people up because, I'm not gonna lie. The reason why I haven't did a lot of shows because I've been depressed as shit, been very depressed. So I feel like, well, I need to get back out here and do, do these things because podcasting is what made me happy through dark times. So I want to do the same to other people. If now it would be lovely if I could just make this full time. I would love to make this full time because
Yeah.
fuck working for the man. I hate
That's
it.
how I feel. That's how I feel. I'm telling you right now.
I am I am under I every job I'm at I'm undervalued. I want to be my own boss. That has been the ultimate goal, to be my own boss and to employ people that look like me and other minorities and then thrive. We can thrive together, not
Mm,
struggling together and
I
over here,
like that. I
yeah,
like
that's
and over
that.
good.
here eating
Good.
like over here eating a jar of peanut butter. But
Yeah,
I'm just
that's
broke,
serious,
y'all.
bro. Yo, listen, don't get me twisted. I was just talking to my wife. Yo, listen, and Laura, I'm pretty sure. Well, I don't know if you could vouch for this the same way, but I know you got a big family as well. I think we were talking about this a little bit last week, but like, it's one thing when it's like when it's just you, like you just said, Jay. If you were joking or not joking, you can eat a jar of peanut butter. It's just you. Fuck it. I don't care. I'll
Period.
find something. I'll be fine. But when you over here trying to fucking, make it for a whole bunch of people. You don't want your kids to have to eat a jar of peanut butter. So now it's like there's so much more difference. I mean, the stress level, I walk around beyond stressed, man, every fucking day. And on top of that, I'm paranoid. So it's like I'm scared when I let my kids out the house. I'm the parent that's like, seeing the TikTok of the school shooting. I'm like, fuck. Now I'm checking the Life 360 and all. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
but it's like when you're by yourself and shit like that. And I'm not saying that you're less, it's less understandable or anything. But
Right.
it's just it's so much when you're just trying to keep everybody in line. You're trying to make sure everybody's okay. And feeding and eating right now with the prices of food and everything else can go up. Movies and shit can go up. Everything else, but food, like we need fucking food, bro.
Eggs are
Oh,
$6 now.
period. Yeah.
Eggs, bro. Eggs are fucking $30 if you gotta buy a big cart of them bitches. They used to be $7.
We don't even have no eggs in our store.
That shit is unreal,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh yeah. I was trying to get cereal yesterday. I was just curious about the price of eggs. I was like, oh, I don't gotta worry about the price of eggs because there's no fucking eggs on the shelf.
No eggs there. Or milk
And then
now.
yeah, and I have a daughter, and I'm just like, my main goal at this point, my main goal is just fuck it. I might as well just be an activist and be some type of leader because we don't have no type of leaders in this country, in our community. It's
Yeah.
just everybody for them. And I'm tired of just us being divided. I really am because
Bro,
I'm
I
get
just said
because
this shit, man.
because I'm getting my thing. And I'm talking to everybody like, oh, everybody looking at me through the screen. My thing is, y'all, for the ones that say that they don't care about what's going on in the political environment, y'all are the reason why we are where we at now. If more people cared, eggs wouldn't be the price of a fucking gas right now for a full tank of gas.
Yeah.
But
That's
no,
true.
y'all talking about I don't want to get too political. It should have run my life. Bullshit. We deal with this shit every day. Every day.
There was something that Brian said earlier. He said that he's gardening, and that's so crazy because I watched this girl on Facebook, and I forget the name of her channel, but I think it's like the Fluffy Butt Hut. Anyway, she's a
What
black
the
a
fuck?
black woman. Yes. So that's the name of her coop and her business.
Okay.
And she has llamas. She get paid for the llama poop. She has her own chickens, and she doesn't go to the grocery store by her. She living off the land, and she
Mm,
gives a lot of information about how to go get seeds to do your own garden. And so that's the tip that I'm on now. So I've already like
yep.
purchased like my this black thing that you put on the ground to keep weeds from coming up. I've already ordered that. And I'm
Yep.
like, this summer I'm gonna have to grow freeze. So I have to learn how to freeze dry because I'm like I'm gonna have to do it in the oven or buy me one of those freeze dryers because you freeze dry some food, it's gonna 25 years. Now, granted, it's gonna be like astronaut food, but in this type of climate, I feel like we're gonna need that because with Trump in office and food keeps soaring, and then he's put in all of these restraints on all of these people who bring us food, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
man.
It's a lot. It's a lot. But you want to know something, Laura? And take this from somebody who's been doing this shit for a little while now. When we first started doing that, all of this was preservation, self, whatever the fuck it's called.
Efficiency.
You know, yes, like self-sufficient. Like we didn't know what we were doing. I just took. I literally. I tell everybody. I just went in the backyard and dug a hole. That was it. I dug a fucking hole and I cleared it and I filled it with soil and I patted it down while my wife was inside researching and writing shit down and all that. And I just threw seeds in that bitch. Up, 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 up. And when I tell you we had a garden, bro, we had a garden. So ever
Mm,
since then, just like you said, we've looked into chickens. We've looked into a lot of stuff, and people who have been doing it, they know how to take what they have and
mhm,
resourcefully turn the shit
mhm.
into manure and fertilizer and sell
Composting,
the
yeah.
eggs. Go ahead and
Mhm,
and cut down firewood. Like these are all things that people do, natural necessities that people need that we're so used to going to fucking Walmart for, that we're so used to, just going to whatever building is around us that we can buy and trade goods to the
Mhm.
fucking corporations instead of, like Jay was saying, us coming together. I was just having that same conversation because we're going to talk about it. I know the Super Bowl just happened and we talking about all this stuff, but it's like I feel like people, and it's definitely agenda, I feel people are definitely being pushed to be separated even more than I feel like we ever have been before.
Yeah.
I don't even feel like, and people say, well, we were this and we were that. Listen, I know the history, motherfucker. Like, I'm 40 years old, just like yo ass. We're almost the old people in this bitch at this point. So I know the history just like you. But now it really feels like we are being pushed. Yeah, there's hate. Yeah, there's this. Yeah, there's that. But the fucking establishment, yo, these the motherfuckers that are really kicking our backs in, man. And like you said, Jay, you said something really important. You want people to come together. I
Mhm.
was telling my wife this shit. I said, listen, I'm tired of always having these black and white conversations and this and that. No matter what, you have to have them because they exist. There's no doubt about it. But it's just, I wish that there was more conversations about, yo, how the fuck we gonna rise the fuck? How are we gonna stop? Fuck paying rent. You gonna raise my shit 100? Listen, bro. Just imagine the power of just everybody on your street. And y'all was like, man, listen, we ain't paying a fucking dime. We want this. Just everybody on your block. Y'all all got a meeting somewhere in a damn gymnasium, and you got
Mhm.
one motherfucker that's got the loudest mouth. It'd be me if my fucking fuck all of them.
Look,
Don't pay
Because
shit.
they're painting big all of us.
look,
And we're gonna have the court system tied the freak up.
I'm
That's
gonna
it.
tell y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all something that I read from. It was an author, a European author. He said the way to make a prisoner know that he's in prison is to have him realize that he's not even in prison,
Mm.
or to remind him that he's in prison. That's the thing.
What's up, brother?
I've always said this. My role model, like for years now, has been Fred Hampton. Fred Hampton,
Mm.
he doesn't get talked as much as Dr. King or Malcolm X, but
Mhm.
he was able to bring the racist people who hated him and people that looked like him. He brought them together to go against the government, and we all know what happened to Mr. Fred Hampton. We
Mm.
all know how it ended because when when someone's words hit someone who's not even from your walk of life, and they get you to understand the common enemy, that's dangerous. That's dangerous to the establishment, which is why people like Kendrick are dangerous. They're looked as dangerous to people that still don't get it. They love being in the status quo, even though the status quo does not benefit them.
At all.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
But
That's crazy.
jumping into that topic, and I mean it's a really good topic, and I probably should have like just a whole show, but it's hard for its own reasons. You really have to have the right type of environment to have a show like that, because people are more interested in arguing their opinions than they are actually, once again, and just my opinion of it, instead of coming together and collectively being like on some, I feel like you're way more likely to have an argument than you
Mhm.
are to have like a legitimate conversation of just how beneficial, what can you actually do, what are some actual things you, just like we just said about, hey, listen, everybody band together, listen, we ain't paying the rent on this block, you don't want to do this or whatever, you don't want to give us a community garden, then we're going to strike in some way. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
Right.
talking about walking on the fucking roads and all that stuff. I understand. But at this point, that's damn near just like a circus. Like you literally just do it. The cops come, they block the street off. So it's like you basically just made your own little independent parade. So it's
Mhm.
not even taken seriously anymore. Then you
Yeah.
go home and the shit is still the same. You really have to make an impactful fucking movement, and however you can. I remember somebody was like, man, listen, fuck these gas prices. How about everybody? They'll be on TikTok all the time. Let's all just strike tomorrow, 12 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Don't nobody get gas. Yo, just imagine what it would be like if 500,000 motherfuckers really Yeah, let's do it, and really took it seriously and did it. Just imagine the impact that one little statement would make and show people,
Mhm.
whoa.
Mhm.
It's crazy that I feel like it will never fucking happen, man, because we're all too personally divided
Mhm.
constantly. It
Yeah.
sucks.
And it's because no one knows how to remove self. Like when we
Mm,
make movements like this, it's not about us. It's about everyone. It's about the collective. Like you have to think about
right.
it as a beehive. Like we all have to move as one. And the problem with people is someone's always looking for recognition or they want to
Mm,
be right. And it's like none of that matters if we're going to keep suffering. It's like
right.
how the old civil rights movement used to be. Those people made the biggest sacrifices. They didn't, when Rosa Parks had to get up off that seat, well, she ain't get off of it. But when they put her off that bus and arrested her, they said, ain't nothing moving up out of here. Ain't nobody using no buses. And they felt that because
You're right.
most of the black people used the bus. And they made sure the whites didn't, a lot of whites did not want to get on the bus in that time, you know? And I think that's the type of movement we have to make. We have to all but you know what this come from, B? This come from the church leaders because we have all of these mega churches all across the world, right? Well,
Mm-hmm.
let's talk about the US, all across the US. And if each one of those leaders say, listen, you have about 500 people in your church, I have about 500. And if we can convince all of them to not go to work for the day or to not shop here or to protest in this manner, this is how we're going to protest. We're not the things that make the US move, we're going to bring it to a halt. And that's
That's what needs
why
to happen.
not using our dollar. Because
Mm-hmm.
when we're not using anything or buying anything, it's going to cripple the economy. And then it's going to make people in Congress look at things like, hold up, wait a minute, now this is messing with my money. You know, like that's the type of
True.
mindset we have to get on. But these leaders, they don't know how to remove self. And people like, we don't need them. We do. We need
We
leadership.
do. Yeah, we do need leadership. I don't care what nobody says. We can't abolish the that's not gonna work either. Because
Nope.
motherfuckers like you just said, it'll be even more recklessness and randomness. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it'll be I'm not saying that, I'm not saying I have all the answers, but these are conversations that I've definitely thought out for a long time and just really cared on a collective, thought process.
Mhm.
I'm not always just talking about what I can do for just my black people. I'm not always talking about what I can do for just like my men. I'm always interested in like how the fuck can we all work, man? How can
Right.
we all work, yo? Because we
Mhm.
need that shit. One more thing, we're gonna move in a little forward, but I was sitting here, and I don't know if this is my ignorance or whatever, but I watched this guy on TikTok. He goes and he goes in New York, and he finds a whole bunch of places that he can eat for $20. He goes, hey, I got $20, and I can eat here. 4 different spots you can eat for $20 for the whole fucking day. He goes, gets cool food, $3 here, $2 here. I love it. He went to London. He went to London and France or whatever, and he sat there and there was a Chinatown in London. And I said to myself, "They got Chinatown in London? Holy shit." I was like super shocked. Like I thought like only America did shit like that, like have everybody else's food, like a whole little nation for him and shit. But yeah, he had a Chinatown in London. And I said to myself, I was like, damn, people in London must love Chinese food. They was like, fuck that, we ain't missing out. Like, I want Chinese food too. And right there, I was like, that's collective. That's people coming together right there. That food good. Shit. Hey, come on, my Chinese brothers. Come cook get them noodles and shit rolling. That's collective, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That little small thing. And I'm like, yo, people can come together to eat. We got to come together to stand together, man. Like, fuck
Yeah.
the hate, man. It's important. It's the only way we will actually get through all of this shit,
Mhm.
man.
The problem is, B, we all forgot that we all fought the same battle at one point.
In Jamaica,
And
damn, I
that
never knew that.
that that battle was the US, the US, pretty
The
much.
U.S.
You had
Yep.
you had agents come here. They were kind of like entrapment camps. I think that's what they're called, where they were building a railroad and they were sick
Mm-hmm.
over there, and
Oh
they
yeah, the
had
internment camps.
Then they had the Mexicanos come up, and they had them doing little odds and ends, and they had the slaves. And then it was this Asian guy who said this. He said, Asian people need to realize that Black people and other immigrants are not the enemy. And he said they really need to appreciate Black people, because if it wasn't for our civil rights revolution, they would not benefit from everything that they benefit from America, because they couldn't
Mm,
vote either. They couldn't do
that's
none of
right.
the stuff that we did. They had no rights. And once people get there, be like, dang, wait, we didn't have the same struggle, but we had similar struggles. We are
Exactly.
one and the same.
Yeah.
I don't like how they did you, and I don't like how they did my ancestors. And if we can get on that page and be like, you know what, US government, for hundreds of years, y'all been doing a lot of people wrong.
That's right.
So how we're gonna grab our freedom back? We gonna boycott y'all. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you do it. But
Yeah.
we got to remove self. We
Gotta
got to
remove
stop
self.
thinking I'm better, my race is better, my culture is better. Nah, bro. At the end of the day, they fucking all of us.
All of, I mean, royally, bro, with the royal scepter and shit. Like, there's no other way to look at it, man. But
Facts.
yeah, man. Like we said, speaking to Kendrick and everything, I know we just came off of one of the biggest events that happens at the beginning of every year, and in America at least, Super Bowl Sunday. Everybody watch it.
I
I
watched.
did. I didn't watch the
I wa-
sports part, but I did watch Kendrick.
so
I had
I
to
was
rewatch it. Go ahead, Jay.
I was first of all, I was by myself, and I was thinking, do I really want to watch the Super Bowl? I saw the score at halftime, going to halftime like 24-0. I'll watch this halftime show. After I watch the halftime show, I like, yep, just gonna turn back on my PlayStation. There's no need to watch this game no more.
Telling you.
And I'm a football fiend, and
Yeah.
I was just so stressed out. But I was also coming out the halftime show. I had the biggest smile on my face. I I don't care. This is just my opinion, y'all. In my opinion, out of all Super Bowls I've seen, as this is my favorite of all time. Over Prince, over Michael Jackson for personal reasons. Like I said, my
Hey,
opinion. Y'all don't
that's
have to
big.
feel that way. Y'all don't have to feel that way. But in my personal opinion, it was one. In my opinion, it was one of my favorites, the greatest in my opinion, just because that hit me harder than any Super Bowl performance I have ever watched. And I've watched a lot of them. I've watched a lot of them.
Okay. Hey, listen, I mean, and that's the thing, right? Like, bringing up Michael Jackson and Prince, like, you got to remember, I was talking to my brother about this the other night, and Mav said it was kind of lackluster, if you ask me. I mean, I've seen mixed reviews. I've seen people who say they really enjoyed it. I've seen people who said they didn't enjoy it. I'm seeing, it's I can understand both perspectives. But I was talking to my brother about how, back in the day, the Super Bowl halftime show was all about entertainment, man. It was
Mhm.
literally
Hmm.
how many motherfuckers can you get on the stage? Whether it be Michael Jackson popping out the top of the fucking Titantron or whatever that thing is called, the screen, dancing on, yeah, this motherfucker doing everything. Prince, Bruno Mars, one of the most relevant ones that I remember, where I was like, he tore the fucking house down, playing every
You
instrument. I'm
did.
like, yeah,
You did.
killing it. You know what I'm saying? With the whole thing with Kendrick, probably because I just wasn't, like I said, I'm very open when I speak music. I love music. My whole family's been in music my whole life, but I just haven't been this generation. I guess it just hasn't influenced me in any way, man. I just haven't been a part of it. I mean, I still love hip hop. I still love stuff, but I'm listening to shit that I grew up on. I hear a new something every now and then. And I'm like, oh shit, okay, still got some life in it, everything. And Kendrick is one of those guys that I've been listening to, for a while, and I love a lot of his music. I love his lyricism. Him, J. Cole, like these are the last couple of guys that I was like, all right, man, I'm feeling these dudes. There's still some lyricists out there, some poetic fucking lyrics that I can get instead of mumble rap and sound effects.
Mm.
But it's just I just wasn't into the whole Drake and Kendrick thing, so it really wasn't as big to me as some other people. But the halftime show, did he do his thing? I mean, he did. I respected it for what it was. Shit, I saw a fucking black rapper up there winning Grammys, like we were talking about last week, winning Grammys, for culture, whatever you want to call it. But That shit was originated as a diss track. I had to
See,
go back and listen to the motherfucker. That's like, yeah, this is a diss track. I was
Perform at the Super Bowl, okay?
like, at the Super Bowl
so
and name drop motherfuckers. That's
so
Like
crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm gonna say your name and I'm gonna say it again. My whole
Oh, okay.
thing
All right,
was
Math.
what I loved about it was his performance. Like people don't understand. Like he is not Rihanna. He is not Beyonce. They are
Nowhere
true
near.
entertainers. So you're gonna see them being extra dancing and doing all that stuff. And then he's a man. Men don't really do all that type of dancing and gyrating and stuff. But his voice control, his breath control, he was on cue. He did a really phenomenal job for him to be a rapper. You don't see a lot of rappers who get up there and do it the way that he did it. A lot of rappers stand still and they just bring out people. They be like, "Come on!" So for them to be like, "Oh, it wasn't that great," like, come on, we didn't see Snoop just stand there. Snoop ain't doing nothing spectacular.
doing
You
that
know,
same dance.
Snoop
Come,
old
the
as shit.
same thing. And I just didn't. It was just like the problem was he made it as far as the Super Bowl. Now people want to see him lose. They wanted to see him win
yeah,
because once you make it, people are like, all right, I'm tired of you winning. Now I want you to fall. That's pretty much what it was.
Mm.
That's where all the hate's coming from. They're like, dang, I didn't think he was gonna make it to the Super Bowl. And now they like, okay, I'm about to be on the hate train for Kendrick. That's how I feel.
but
Okay.
and also, I've caught a lot of people on TikTok in their comments because I like, past few performances have been black people, and y'all don't like them. But yeah, you love watching us play sports, watching get CTE. I'm one of them that probably got CTE from playing sports like that. But you love watching us play sports and love us shutting up and playing the sport, but not speaking out on it. People hate LeBron, but they love basketball LeBron, but they
But
hate the human LeBron.
mhm.
I tell people all the time. People talking about, oh well, there's politics shouldn't be in sport. Politics. I don't care if you blind. I don't care if you're Helen Keller. Politics is going to be around you regardless.
In everything, man. There's no escaping it. I don't even know how you
Yeah,
can. You got to learn to live with it. Just like hate and racism and all that shit. Unfortunately, it's going to be in everything. You have to try your best to live with it. And that's not saying you got to deal with it, but that is saying that you got to understand that it exists, and you have to find ways to work through that shit.
yeah,
That's the only thing you could do.
and then also people were talking like people who obviously were Drake stands were talking about he just made it all about Drake. Like no, him playing Not Like Us was the more so of not just, well, of course he was throwing shots to Drake, but it was more so of if you listen to
Don't
from
lie,
the
nigga.
no
This
no
motherfucker
no
got Serena Williams to crip
no
walk.
no because
That was Drake's fucking whole shit.
no because
Not
listen
all of it, but that part.
the end of the performance yes, but the minute that I saw if you listened to Pimp a Butterfly, the minute I saw Samuel Jackson as Uncle Sam, I was like I already knew what this was going to be. The whole
Yeah.
performance was it reason why I love it. I love theater. I'm a theater kid. It was a play. It was a play. The man won a Pulitzer Prize. Mind you, he won a Pulitzer, so he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
First thing first, he started off his performance with the PlayStation controller, and I didn't peep it at first until somebody pointed out. If you look at it, the buttons lit up. The GTA cheat code for armor and health. That was the
Really.
first thing. Yes, I did not notice it until I actually watched it when somebody pointed out and said, "Oh shit, there was." And
We got,
then
we got fucking Easter eggs in the halftime performances now.
Yeah, but you know what? But you know what got me is I can't I forget how he phrased it. He said they put me on the biggest stage and they thought I wasn't going to use this platform to basically give knowledge.
And so I respect that. I'll tell you that right now.
And he said they didn't want him there, but he on the stage, so he gonna do it for the culture.
yeah,
That's what he said. I said that's why he chose all the songs he chose. It was very
yes,
calculated. He said, you don't get rappers like this was his thought process. You don't get rappers like Kendrick on that type of
Mhm.
stage were millions of people seeing him. And I was just
Right.
saying this on DJ show. Like you have us, we are in the culture, so we get it. But how many white people did not know what the hell he was talking about? They didn't
Until
know.
that,
And a lot
until
of
that
them
A minor part popped up. Now
and,
that's what hit and clicked the fucking buttons of everybody who was on TikTok and all
mhm,
that other shit. Because you got to remember, not to cut you off, Laura. I want you to keep
mhm,
with your point, but you got to remember that no matter what, I definitely believe it was well calculated. And like you
mhm,
said, a lot of these performances, I personally feel, especially now with how my eyes are open to this fucking industry, there's a lot of evil and influence and shit
mm.
like that in these motherfuckers, and especially in that performance, that Super Bowl performance, bro. There's been a lot of shit I feel, but yeah, him coming out there and being calculated, but that fucking that they not like us song is the reason why that motherfucker was on that stage. Don't get it twisted.
Oh
That
no,
was
no,
his.
true,
That
No,
shit
true,
no,
was
yeah,
his.
yeah.
true.
I
That
agree with
song
you.
is definite. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Let me finish my point real quick, and I'm gonna let you go.
yeah.
So do you know I was in the comments and the white guy was like, this white guy was like, he was a mid rapper, and then I dropped in there all the subliminals that he dropped, and I told him this is why he was singing this. He says, "Wait a minute, I didn't." He says, "You know what? You telling me that changes my whole standpoint." He says, "I had no clue," and then it
Mhm.
was a bunch of Caucasian people who had no clue what we knew. And so a lot of them like, okay, I'm kind of seeing things a little bit different now. Okay, I get it. Because a lot of them didn't understand. And we in our culture knew, but Kendrick gave it to everybody.
Everybody, yeah, a piece of the
Everybody.
culture, yeah,
A
a
piece of
piece
the
of the
culture.
culture.
And he let them know, like, listen, I'm not a part of this game, that bullshit. And then having the A minor and the chain, like
Mhm.
I was like, this nigga.
That's what I said.
This
That's what I
nigga.
said. He made it a point to go up there and express that shit wholeheartedly. He said, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. That's what I saw. He said, if I'm gonna do this shit, I'm gonna
I'ma
do
do it
it.
right.
And much respect, and like I said, that's one thing I can't dismiss. Much respect for him for that opportunity. If I got the opportunity, I'm doing oh yeah, you want this shit? Watch this.
Here you go, bitch.
Fuck that. Yep. So I feel you. I dead ass feel that. And like you said, man, a lot of people walked up in that bitch. A lot of people ain't never maybe even heard of Kendrick Lamar.
They
He's
didn't.
not a Drake. I'm
Nope.
sorry to say it like that. I don't mean anything bad to
Mhm.
him, but he's not a Drake.
Right.
Drake is a household motherfucking name.
Yep.
He's filling every seat. Not saying Kendrick ain't popular, but Kendrick is way more popular with hip hop motherfucking fans than he
Mhm.
is with just a world renowned artist who's done
Yes.
songs with Rihanna and this
Mhm.
stuff. Not saying he didn't, but I'm just saying they ain't hit the same.
Drake's in the culture, but he's not a part of the culture.
Yeah. I think
Mm,
Kendrick.
And
I
that's the
think
thing.
Yeah, and I think Kendrick. I think if it was up to him, he wouldn't want to be for everybody. He would want to be for the ones who need the message because, like you said, a lot of people did not get it, and which is I guess it's like you said, Laura, we live in this, so it just seemed like second nature. They're like, oh, that was obvious, but for some people, it's like it wasn't obvious,
Mhm.
and like one thing I've always loved, like for me, I wish people had had the same feel, but yeah, I don't know Kendrick. I probably would never meet Kendrick in my life, but I was proud as hell
Never
of
say
that man.
never. Never say never.
you never
I
know.
was I was proud. Like I was happy for him. Like I was very happy for him because knowing where he came from, like to where how he started to where he is now, I was happy for him. And then I love how everybody in TDE PG Lang he has like brought them with him. Like that's one thing I did like. Um, Now as far as I will lie, TikTok is funny as hell because a lot of people say, "Oh, it just a lot of white people didn't get it." Man, on some of my TikTok pages, but some of them older white people, yo, they were feeling that. This is what it was a
Yeah,
one granny. It was a one granny just throwing it back to Kendrick. I was laughing my ass
yeah,
off.
yeah, man. You gotta remember, like we were just talking, like before we were started talking about like the real shit. Like I was saying before, a lot of people aren't listening to music for a message, man. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
A lot of people ain't listening. I mean, I feel like I personally feel like that's more relevant now than ever.
Yes.
Because like I said, we was in high school. You couldn't be no whack ass rapper saying just fucking
No,
anything. It was a rap. What'd he say? He ain't got no. Nah, get the fuck out of here. Take that shit off. We used to break CDs. So this shit trash. Put that E40. Get that shit, man. Fuck that shit. Break that shit. But it's
Come
like,
on, E40 was
wait, hold on. Hey,
nah, y'all crazy. Don't even get on here saying E40.
nah. I actually like
Making
E40.
up words to be fucking.
I actually like E40. Like,
I'm from Jersey, yo. New York and Jersey. So I'm sorry. We thinking we was fucking like E40 had a couple bangers, but when he was getting on there trying to act like he was spitting, I was like, nah.
Nah,
Making
he
up
was
words.
never spitting though. He'd
Yeah.
make you two-step a little bit, but he wasn't spitting.
Yeah. But that's just a funny example. But it's just like, a lot of times people listen to music and you listen or watch a movie, man. It's really to just be entertained, man. And that was my point. Like, people don't go into a concert like, oh, I can't wait to learn something. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers going to a concert to get loose and let go. And that's was my point. Like, that's the whole point of the fucking halftime show. It's one of the biggest stages where you're gonna get so many eyes on you. They don't even get paid for that shit. You know that, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
They do not.
They don't get paid for it. That's the biggest amount of fucking advertising you're gonna get for your ass.
Right.
So it's like, that's your time to shine, man.
Yeah.
What up, A?
But you know what? You know what, B? I love that he took it old school. And for me, when I say old school, you guys got to remember, rap used to be about giving messages. It was about sending messages. Like, you had NWA, and even though they rapped the way they rap, when they made "Fuck the Po," it was so many messages in there. Even when Ice Cube made that song, "Today's a Good Day."
Today's a good day. Yep, good day by Ice Cube. Yep.
And he just talking about how he was happy he didn't get pulled over by the cops. He got to go play basketball. He was talked about being a human, being alive. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't get shot
in the gangster fucking environment. Yeah.
The police didn't pull him over and beat him up and rough him up. He wasn't robbed. Like, that's crazy that you have to rap about stuff like that. Like, it's bringing awareness to, like, this is the environment that a lot of people live in, and even with Kendrick, with They Not Like Us, even though it was a diss track, I loved how he gave us the Atlanta history. Like, he went down to Atlanta. He said it was the Mecca, and Atlanta is the Mecca, because when you look at Atlanta, Black people flourish in Atlanta and Georgia, period. Black people flourish. Because when you go to Atlanta, you don't see, like, in my hometown, Youngstown, Ohio, most people take some old ass cars and throw some Daytons on it, but a system in it. You don't see a lot of people with Mercedes and Beamers. You see the Black elites in Atlanta. And Kendrick was letting them know, like, nigga, this is what we was doing. We been did this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I also think that I don't know. I think he's a gift. He's a gift. He's a gift like Nipsey. And I feel like rappers like him, we have to protect, because, like you said, the current society that we're in right now, we need revolutionary thinkers.
Yeah.
And they are rare. We don't need people like Future and other dummies telling us to go pop Molly Percocets and throw represent.
Bro, yeah, we about to have a whole different show in a second, because I've said this shit. That's another reason, like I said, and I'm not saying that we come from the greatest. We were listening. I was getting some head. We were listening to a whole bunch of shit too. I'm not saying everything gotta be fucking, nutritional and value. I'm just saying, like you are saying, it is good to have, a lot of people aim back at Tupac. If you listen to Biggie's shit, you remember what Biggie was another one talking about where he comes from, what it takes for him to, do what he's getting, how he's getting by. And I mean, whether or not you like or are entertained by that, it is a story, man. If you want to go all the way back, go to KRS-One and them niggas and shit. Whoop, whoop, I'm saying, like, there's a lot.
The police.
There's a lot of history when it comes to hip hop, man. People used to spit valuable fucking knowledge, and
Mhm.
they do it in a poetic way. They do it in an engaging way, and you used to love the shit. But I do
Mhm.
feel like you said, there's way more of the little Uzi Verts, and
Mhm.
I'm not trying to hate on nobody, but I'm just saying, like, if you just doing this shit because you trying to get your hand on a bag, if you just doing this shit because you got, your own, whatever, you selling your soul, whatever the fucking case may be, like, where's that real shit, man? Where's that genuine nature shit? You don't got to have a
See,
million. Everybody's a Lady Gaga now, I feel. Everybody got a meat suit on and have to fucking impress you in other ways other than their talent. Like, I just I
see,
Right.
just feel like it's whack, man.
see.
Right.
Okay, for that's like unpopular opinion, but for me, the way I grew up, like the grew up understanding hip hop. Hip hop was a way for people to express themselves. So
Hmm.
Mhm.
people like me personally, a lot of people have problem with Lil Yachty. I don't, because he went on podcast saying he does this shit to express himself, to have fun. I don't have a problem with that. You do you, but for people like Cardi B who went on shows saying that she did it for the money, I had a problem with that. Is because you benefiting from an art that many people fought for in the past. That dates, people don't realize hip hop dates back further than hip hop itself.
Mm.
It people A lot of people don't realize a lot of the stuff that we have as far as rock and roll, country, all
Folk
that
music. Yep.
folk music, it comes from old slave times.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Pu-
Spiritual. It
Yep.
all derived from spiritual Negroes. I mean,
yes, Pu-
Hmm.
I think that's what it's called.
yes, punk rock,
Negro
punk rock,
spirituals.
yeah,
Negro spiritual.
spiritual Negroes. Gosh,
Even more than even yeah, even more than that. The sounds of the drums, banging on the drums and
yeah,
all. Yeah, it's all
yeah,
African.
yeah, yeah. Like, and then also punk rock. Punk rock. If you look at the base of punk rock back in the '60s and the '70s, it was anti-establishment. Black people have always been anti-establishment.
Mhm.
Rock was people. A lot of people don't realize this, like when someone hear me listen to rock, like, oh, you listen to white shit. Like, no, black people started rock. We were rock and roll. Y'all just don't realize that Elvis appropriated rock and roll from us. There's a lot of songs that are credited a black woman. One of Elvis's main songs, a black woman performed that song, and she did not get the credit till decades later.
Yep.
Mm.
That's true. And that's just like the songwriter. I'm not sure what song it was, but he was on one of these talk show host shows back in the day. And he asked about the song that Elvis performed. He says, yeah, Elvis pretty much he said he sung it in the same tempo. He sung it the same way I sung it. He says, I hear them, I hear it laid down and it sounds just like me. So Elvis mimicked that man to the T,
Mm.
and even from the way that he moved. And even in Forrest Gump, I loved how they highlighted like Elvis was just stealing, but they try to make it like he stole it from Forrest. But they
Mm.
they still highlighted that the nigga was stealing. But
Yeah.
that's just pretty much the history of this country. But we know that and we understand that. And that's why Kendrick said, you're not a part of this fucking culture, nigga. You're not a colleague, you're a colonizer.
Mm.
Because Drake, he benefited from a lot of things from the black folks, but yet he doesn't he let me say this. I'm gonna be so honest with you guys. Drake father wasn't in the house with him. We know that. Drake was raised by his white mother, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when you're raised just in a white household and you don't have that other part of you,
Yeah,
you don't.
cultural, yeah,
Yeah,
appropriation. Yep.
you need that to be whole. So he's not a whole
Hmm.
person because he only really knows one side. So he can only mimic the black culture, but he
Mm.
doesn't really understand it. And that's why when he dates these black women like Serena, SZA, and so many, and he dumps them off as if they're nothing. And then you see him out here with the exotic looking women. It's because he was taught that those women are goals. Those women have meaning. They are the beauty standard. So if that's what he's taught, then he can't possibly look at our culture and really love it. He could only mimic it and want to play with it like he played with black women, And I think it's our duties when we have black biracial children, they need to know both cultures.
Oh,
That
listen,
way they can they don't just hurt
miss out
others.
on their yeah. You
They
know,
miss out.
it's real interesting you say that because I'm standing here and I'm well sitting here and I'm thinking, 2 points. Me, I was raised with my mother and my father. I had both parents in my life. My mother is Hispanic and some white. My father is all black. My mother never knew her mom. Never.
Mm.
I've never met her. She never really knew her. They had whatever happened when she was young, and she never saw her after that. That was my whole Hispanic side of my family.
Oh, I'm
We had her
sorry.
father. Her father didn't really have a lot of family. I was raised with all my black family. That's all I ever knew. My whole life, my cousins, everything. I never knew my Hispanic culture. Like it was just never around. I never had it around. So it's like what you're saying right now is absolutely true because I don't speak Spanish. I don't, what I'm
Mhm.
saying, I don't even have like what I wish. I'm learning now, but that fucking amazing food background where I know how to put listen, I wish I had the old grandma that would teach me how to, cut the tomatoes and onions and stuff up. So it's like it is important for you to know your culture. It is super fucking important. It's one of the things I respect about my wife and her family. They're very big. They pretty much are living their lives just like you were saying. And we're in Georgia, Savannah. I mean, they've been down there and they've seen like the old churches where the slaves were kept and brought for the first time, trying to trace back their lineage and their roots from where they were, came from Africa when they were brought here for slavery and everything. Like they go deep and they've opened my eyes to a lot of shit that I've been like, researching myself and just kind of paying more attention to. Um, but it's just like talking about Drake, it's crazy to me, yo, because I used to have conversations about Drake way before all of this shit. Like, when Drake first came out, and I was telling people, like, yeah, Drake's all right. You know what I'm saying? He's all right. And people were like really going in on him and shit, like, oh, he's so good. He's this and that. Like Drake's pretty good. He got a nice voice. He can do what he does his thing. He sounds a little different than everybody else. But the thing is, I always felt like he was a actor playing a rapper. That was the exact way I would define that nigga. And it wasn't anything personal. That's just how I always felt about him. I felt like he never felt genuine to me, if that made sense. Like he always just felt like he was playing rapper. He was good at it. I'm not saying he's bad. Drake can spit, whether he got a ghostwriter or whatever. He can spit. That fucking is
Yeah.
a rolling out of stopwatch shit don't ever stop. I don't give a fuck. Nobody that shit fire,
He
yo.
got talent.
I'll
We
be
ain't gonna
jamming
deny
that
that.
shit working out.
Yeah.
But
Can't
yeah,
take
it's
that
just
from him.
when you do get caught by somebody who is truly a product of the culture, who fully pays attention, who's fully invested, there's not much help for you. Like if you can't have a conversation I couldn't have a conversation with my wife's parents and sit down like I'm gonna teach them some shit because that's them. That's their world right there. I'm learning from them.
Right.
So I think Drake just hit
I'm
that immovable
Dominican.
object.
I don't speak one lick of Spanish.
See, I mean, we matching
That's
right
it.
now.
I'm not
That's
Dominican,
it.
y'all. I'm a full-blooded Negro.
She's tricking the world. She's tricking the world over here.
And then also, that was funny. That was
It
funny
was.
I mean,
because
I just learned a lot of Negro languages too.
Yeah,
but
Got our own
but
little
like
learning.
yeah.
but also the thing is, like I said, I used to love Drake. Like mixtape Drake, I love mixtape Drake. But then once you started getting bigger, I started seeing. It's like on Scooby Doo when they would take the mask off the monster. I st- like like the mask. If he was wearing different masks every other year to ride the new wave, and I was just like, huh,
Listen,
huh, that's weird. That's really weird. One minute you Jamaican, next you go to your Canadian roots. Next
Right.
week next week you're black. I'm surprised he ain't trying to do Asian next. Like I
Right.
just
That's funny.
And then for me, I followed Kendall Lamar since like Kung Fu King, all that. When when I knew like the inkling of the beef from back like all the way back to Money Trees, and I was like the whole time I was like, I hope Drake don't do anything because not only is Kendrick just good by himself, he has a bunch of people backing him and will go to bat for him, and they're probably against you as well in your own camp, Drake. So I didn't think this was gonna happen.
Yeah,
I'm
this
gonna say
happened.
this. I'm gonna say this. I did not expect him to be called a pedophile. All on the airways. I was not expecting that.
Let,
Me too. That
let's
got me. That got me. That got me. When I heard that, when he said, and it's probably A minor, I said, "Wait, is he talking about the key?"
yeah,
Oh, I was
I
like,
picked
"Oh
it up
my
right away.
god!"
But
Yeah.
that's another thing. Like I've been fighting how to say this or whatever because it's hard, man. Let me start with this conversation right here. One thing that I do more than anything with my kids is I explain to them how important it is. Right now they're 13 going on 14. So they're starting to get into the ages where their decisions are really going to start affecting them. Just that point blank. Motherfuckers get pregnant at this age at this point. So your decisions start affecting you. Your life is going to start changing. I tell them just how important it is to protect your character, yo. You got to protect your character. Stand by your word. Don't be fucking putting yourself out there for everybody. You have to pay attention to how you present yourself.
That's true.
Point fucking blank. Now, here's the reason. With Drake, we're just gonna pick on this nigga for a minute. Like we were talking about last week, when
Pick him
all
like
that
a
shit
booger.
when all that shit was coming out about him, and you like I said, from what I heard the Billie Eilish, he was over there trying to get at her and talk to her while she was still a fucking underage, and he was trying to talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
The Millie Bobby Brown, he was trying to talk to her. And listen, that's just the ones we know. There ain't no
The,
fucking way.
the 16-year-old girl. She was 16 at the
That's right.
time. Uh-huh.
That's right. It was like another girl or whatever that said that they
It
were
was a
like
black
friends
girl.
or some shit.
Yeah,
That's right. I remember that
but
too.
he had this picture like all held up with her when she was 16. And then we find out that she was like 17 and he was dating her. And she's like, "Oh,
Oh, I
I was
didn't know
this
that one.
age." Yeah. And they went back. You know how Instagram is. They went back and it's like, "Girl, this was the age you was when you was with him backstage at that show. And then now y'all can be in
Damn.
public." It's just like the Marcus Houston thing. It's
That's
just like,
right. That's right.
and then one of the girls that he was dating said that he only used her to get to her sister. That's why Kendrick put that line in there. So he has a history of
Got a history.
predatory vibes,
Yeah. Yeah. And,
and
and that's
then
and that's enough. And that's my whole point about. That's why I opened with the conversation about protecting your character, because at the end of the day, this is why I said I was struggling with it. In my book, still, probably because where I'm from, and I know that it's important to make sure that your story fucking is good. I ain't guilty until that motherfucking hammer bangs in that gap. Guilty, motherfucker. You're done. Okay, that's when I'm guilty. So I'm never going to accuse somebody of some shit until I know. Until I
right.
know. You guilty. Oh, you a PDF file. That's what Jay called them the other day. You a PDF. That's beautiful. By the way, that's beautiful. You a PDF file. I will never claim that shit until you are accused of that shit. But I'm not going to ignore your fucking history, and I'm not going to ignore your character. And I'm going to say, just like I'm saying right now, just like Laura just said, it's very interesting the company you keep, motherfucker. Like, if is that your ways? Because you look like one. I ain't going to say you is
that-
one.
Now, rest in peace to the queen. But we all heard Whitney was a crackhead, and we all realized she was a crackhead when she walked out on that stage and her kneecaps was gone. She smoked those motherfuckers clear the fuck off.
Yeah.
That shit was bad.
And also, side note, there was one woman that he dated, SZA. Even though he was 21, even though he wasn't that old. Still, I'm sorry. Anybody that if you're over the age of 20, dating anybody that's 17, I don't care if they about to turn 18. That's weird. I'm sorry.
That's too
That's
young.
weird to me. That's
That's
weird to
too young.
me. So, like, oh God, I just
I think you know what? I think Hollywood has just this. It's not just him. I feel like
Definitely
uh
not just him.
I feel like what's his name? Kendrick just put it out there like all you niggas need to go.
oh
Yep,
All you
yeah.
they really do, bro. I'm tired of hearing about that. There's nothing worse than I hate about, and I'm talking about any kind of story where any kind of kids, man, especially like the
Mhm.
daycare stories or the fucking teachers is over. I just saw one before I got on this thing. Autistic kid had fell and they were in the classroom laying on the floor
His
and
leg
nobody helped
broke.
this motherfucker. Yeah, something that happened, like his hip broke or something.
That made me mad because you know I have an
Bro,
autistic child, and I would
so
have
do
to
I.
mama going to jail.
Yeah. I tell my wife all. That's why I'm home with my kids. That's why I'm homeschooling. I don't trust the school system. I got a new baby coming, couple months. Like I'm not. I told y'all.
Oh,
Wait,
Oh,
congratulations,
did I? Oh
little
damn.
congratulations.
Yeah, man. I got a new.
baby.
She's 4 months. No, three months pregnant. I'm pretty sure, but she's doing July. So yeah, another one, man. Damn, I didn't know. I didn't tell y'all. I didn't talk to y'all about it.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I'm so
Thank you.
excited.
Yeah, man. Yeah, got another baby, boy or girl. We don't know yet.
Y'all just
But
the baby making factory over there. Look at
this is it.
y'all.
This is it. We cut it off. We cut it off. This motherfucker. That's because I don't got no
Oh,
pay. Like I don't want to go to jail, yo. I don't want to fucking go to jail for somebody doing something to my kid and I'm murdering people and shit. I can't do it.
Right.
oh, oh, I'm
Right.
gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you right now. Anything happen to my little girl, I will gladly go to jail. And I told anybody, I said anybody mess with my children, any kid that is under my protection, I will gladly go to jail. Matter of fact, I will beat your ass until the police get here, and then I
Mhm.
will ask the police for 30 more complimentary minutes for me beating your ass because
Period.
I want it to be worth it. Because like I said,
Yeah, man.
I I love my daughter to death. I love my daughter to death. I would give my life for my daughter. And
Yeah.
if anybody was to ever lay their hands on my daughter, oh, I promise, I may be only 5'5". Oh, but I'm gonna still have the strength of the great Khali because I will kill anybody for my daughter.
Yeah, man. You got to be like that, bro. Especially with the conversation we're having right now about just like and like we were saying, we definitely know. I mean, unless you like don't really pay attention to stuff like this, but yeah, this world of Hollywood and these actresses and actors that are young and then they come back out and then some of them haven't. Some of them escaped it or some of them don't like to talk about it. But a lot of
Yep.
them have went through shit, man. A lot of them went through shit with
Whew.
inappropriate stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't never want my kids to be going through that. And we just talking about actors and shit. They ain't just definitely ain't just them. Like,
That
motherfuckers
shit
can't
Yeah,
go
goes
to
on
class.
every day.
Some of
yeah,
everything
but
that's going on,
whew,
man.
I
I ain't
feel
gonna
like
lie.
when a parent or family member fucks somebody up or some shit like that, I don't feel like they should go to jail.
They
I
shouldn't.
just
I don't
feel
think they should either.
that's like I covered a story some years ago when I 3 years ago. Two Latin boys killed their stepfather because the sister told them that he was molesting her. Come
Yup.
to find out, he was already out on bond for molesting his own dang on kids.
Mm.
And I said, free those brothers. Free those brothers. But yeah, they should have definitely not had done no time. Because I feel like chop the balls off, fuck them in the ass with a. Let me quit.
No, for you. No, but what y'all? But this is the thing that sucks, right? We talking about the government and shit, right? This is the thing that sucks. The reason why you can't have shit like that. I personally feel like, and I know this is some gruesome shit, but I personally feel like if you get any kind of charges where it's like undoubtedly you were doing something with a child or any crazy shit like that or whatever, you should be fucking exiled or executed. There should be no other discussion. I mean,
Yeah.
and first timers, second, whatever, you should be exiled to a planet with nothing but snakes and monkeys, or you should be
Mhm.
fucking executed, bro. I don't feel like there should be any forgiveness for that shit. I don't give a fuck what you want to call it. I don't care. I think our kids are way too innocent. They're the future, and they're defenseless. And we have these people out here trying to snatch them out of stores and crazy. I can't go to the store and let my daughter look at toys without me having fucking direct eyes because I don't
Can't
want
go
nobody
outside
walking.
and play.
Bro, I can't fucking do it, bro. But if we did have that law, then people would abuse it, and then motherfuckers would be getting murdered and fucking exiled that really didn't do anything. And
well, let me
same
tell
shit
you.
we're dealing with now.
Let me tell you why we don't have that law and why you must go to jail. Because all the politicians molest. They pay for little boys, little girls. That's why sex trafficking is so big. It would not be big if people who were not at the top wasn't paying for it. Let's be honest. The 1%ers usually hold office. They sit on the Senate, on Congress, they're judges, politicians. Like, let's not try to play in the American people's face like you motherfuckers aren't all the most powerful people around the world doing this shit. This ain't
Every time they get caught, it's always a CEO or some shit like that that's getting taken in handcuffs on the news. Yeah, it really do be a lot of them motherfuckers, man. But Jay, what you was about to say?
I'm about to say, well, also another reason why we don't have that. Fun fact: that is the Eighth Amendment in our Constitution. No cruel cruel or excessive punishment. But I'm not going to lie. We need to, we need to take away the Eighth Amendment, and we need to tar and feather these corrupt politicians, these corrupt officials. Because I'm sorry, y'all, I'm for peace, but at this point. Look, I love Dr. King, but at this point, peace is not cutting it. They are not listening to our peace. They are not listening to our peace. I don't care what anybody says. We can protest all we want, but mind y'all, it's funny. It's funny. I still find this funny to this day. I've always wanted this. Just like what happened in Columbus City, Ohio, when they had them neo-Nazis marching in black neighborhoods.
That, right?
They didn't get arrested, but let me put on a black hat and a black leather jacket, and I'm going to be on the FBI's watch list. Think about that. Think about that real quick, America. Think about that, and mind you, people complain. People are talking about free lunches. They commend the government for free lunches, by that, which is a slap in the face. Because what a lot of people don't realize, Black Panther's the one that started free lunches for kids in impoverished neighborhoods. But
yep, you're right about that.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yep, along the WIC, they started the WIC program. That's why we have stuff like that. And then like the cheese and stuff, all of that was started by the Black Panthers to help feed the women and children of the neighborhood because the government was doing nothing at all.
Yes,
yeah, you're right about that.
Because the Black people mention like, oh, Black Panthers were so militant like that. It's like, no, the Black Panthers were not militant. They were just very loud, and they wanted everybody to be treated equal. And that's the thing, because what a lot of people don't also realize, people complain about Black people wanting reparations. Kendrick said in his performance, for people that went over people's heads, it was pretty self-explanatory. 40 acres and a mule. Back when slavery was abolished, the abolitionist who was headed by a black man, might I add, a black man, it was the main person on that committee, on the abolitionist committee. He fought for 40 acres of land and a mule, so that way Black people can generate generational wealth. That was the goal. But guess what? Once Lincoln got assassinated, they brought in Andrew Jackson. I'm sorry for my language, cracker ass. They brought his ass in, who was a Confederate sympathizer. So he did away with all the promises. He did away with it because
that's how they stole our land, though, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but y'all give me a history lesson right now. Well, I know about some of it, but I didn't know that Andrew Jackson came in and did all that. I didn't know that.
Yes. Also, and when people say, "Oh, well, it's hard to give reparations," no, the fuck it's not, because if you paid attention in school, they teach you this in 3rd grade. The Homestead Act. They gave white people 60 to 100 acres of land for free. For free. They gave it to them for free to expand in the Midwest. They gave it away for free. But yet It's hard for them to give reparations to the Native Americans who own this land originally. It's hard for them to give it to black people who built this country. It's hard to give it to the Hispanics who they basically stole the Alamo from. Hey, quick history lesson also, y'all. The reason why the Alamo is staying being built to this day because every time they dig more into that ground, they find dead bodies. They find dead bodies every day at the Alamo. So for everybody saying that America, America, we getting better. No, we not. We are just we are still in this bullshit. But instead of it being direct violence and direct racism, they find ways to keep not only black people but Asian Americans, Mexican Americans. They find a way to keep us all in place, and y'all let it happen because you listen to the rhetoric that the Democratic Party and the Republican Party spend here. Quick fun fact, y'all. They don't give a shit about y'all. They never did.
None of them. That's the part that I feel like would give people the biggest kind of awakening. If people can just understand that part, stop fucking picking these sides, man. There's neither one of them are for you in any type of way. That's why when people be arguing about Trump and this and that, man, listen, bro, these motherfuckers is all the puppets in front of the prompter that we over here pointing fingers and getting mad at. The motherfuckers that's in the back are the ones that's running this shit with the high agenda, knowing what they're doing and orchestrating the fucking choir, bro. Like that's if you don't know that at this point, I don't know how to help anybody or if we ever can revolutionize, because if you still believe that the president is the one that's standing tall and making all these decisions and being the one that's really making the fucking, the moving and the shaking happen, bro, you got to pay attention to the background shit. You got to do your research about the Bilderbergs. You got to do your research about all these motherfuckers that have been owning shit forever, the Rothschilds and all. There's a lot of fucking history.
Right.
They're telling people. I sent a message to somebody the other day who sent me a video, and I was like, do y'all understand? I've been listening to this shit maybe fucking 5 years prior. Like I was hearing about all of this stuff that's happened now 5 years fucking prior from the old stuff that I was watching and listening to. And now that I'm watching, I'm like, holy shit, they were right. But it shows me that motherfuckers know what's going on, man. And the president that we got now, he wasn't the president before. This shit has been talked about forever, man.
Yeah.
It's all a plan.
And
Right.
We're going to get ready to wrap up in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
One thing I want to say, America, they have, I will say, even though America, they dirty, they smart because
super smart.
One thing that they have always been against, communism and socialism. They say, oh, socialism, communism is so bad. If you actually open up a book, which I know a lot of y'all can't read, I know it's hard. I know it doesn't grab your attention, but if you look at socialism and communism, the core values of that is everybody is equal. The only problem with communism is people abuse it. The ones in power abuse the communist system. Socialism is not bad at all. Hey, y'all like having weekends off, right? Y'all like having weekends off from work. Y'all like having only a 40-hour work weekend after that is overtime. Guess what?
Give me 30.
Guess what? A socialist is the one who came up with those ideas. If it was up to capitalism, our kids would be working in factories at the age of 5 to 9, working 60-hour weeks and no days off. That's how capitalism is. But y'all are so focused on caring about yourself. Stop caring about yourself. Like Brian said earlier, stop caring about yourself.
Like Laura was saying, you get out of the way, get yourself out of it, man.
Yeah,
it's important. It's really important.
Like she said it best. If people don't realize, not just black people, not just white people, not just Asians, not just Mexicans. If we all stood together, Fred Hampton, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, I'm gonna even go farther back. Mansa Musa. He showed us. He was so rich and gave so much. He broke the world economy. Do you know how rich you gotta be to break the global economy?
Listen,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I gotta look into that.
Yeah, I never heard of that either. But
Yeah.
guys, listen. This has been a good ass free talk, yo. I think we touched a lot of really, really good topics, and to be honest, some topics that I've never even covered on this show. So congratulations, we definitely jumping in, doing some new shit. But
Can I say something before we go?
yeah, sure.
Oh, so Instagram posted this. So it said Kendrick plays an unreleased track from his GNX album. He says, this is at the start of this is what I was talking about, but I couldn't word it right. So
Yeah.
he says the revolution is about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy. It's clear that during one of the most watched events on television, Kendrick intends to highlight the real American game. That is crazy. And you know what the real American game is? Playing all of us against each other.
Yep.
Yeah, listen, that's all I've been saying that shit for so long. It's not even fucking fun. Just had like I said, just had an argument the other day about how everybody got to stop just talking about just themselves and this, and if we could just get more. And I don't even know how to do it. Like, I'm not saying it like I know the answer. I'm just saying, like, I would just love to hear so much more conversation of just, man, how the fuck can we come together, yo? Just
Right.
you don't gotta be everybody across the nation. It could just be your community, like small shit, man. Build a garden together, man. Try to, see who's, watch each other's kids and see what's going, making sure everybody good and stuff, bro. Like, we just need basic shit to try to start bringing ourselves back together, man. Because
See, but Brian, you say you don't know how to do it. You already doing it. You are what we're doing now. People like my people that are listening. The message is going when you speak to people and they feel it, they're going to try and relay it to other people. That's what we have to do. Every revolution started. Every revolution started with conversation. So we already there. We just have to. It's either we have to find the leaders or we have to be the leaders ourselves. That's just all it is.
yeah, it's hard to
Very
lead
true.
too, man. Very hard to lead. People also got to understand that part. If anything ever did happen, you'd have to be prepared to take on the responsibility to be a leader, because it ain't a fucking coincidence that so many of these people that do get into these powerful positions wind up being in all these awkward ass situations and shit like that. Sometimes I think even to myself, and I'm not even talking about just like politicians. I'm talking about,
Everyday
big
people.
stars, basketball players, fucking CEOs. Like, I think you get to a point where it's just like some of them may just, like personally feel untouchable and, build off this complex or this ego or whatever. But then I think other ones is like, the insanity of having to fucking have so much. Like, we were just talking about it before, Laura, like our big families, like you know how stressful it is to like have to deal with this kid and then that kid and then your parents calling you and then this happening and your friend calling you. And you're like, God damn, motherfucker, I'm one
One
individual.
person.
Stretched
Yes.
50 ways. A motherfucker who's a leader who owns this and rest. Bro, can you imagine that kind of stress and that kind of motherfucking feeling that you have to take to be that kind of a leader? You don't think that shit is going to drive you into an insanity, place of your mind that you ain't never thought you even had? I'm not making an excuse. I'm just acknowledging. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's got to be some kind of, realism to that, because it's not easy to lead. It's not easy to lead.
It
You
is
have
really
to.
not. It's a heavy crown. The response you never get a day off. You have to
Never.
contemplate every decision that you make because you don't want to make the wrong one. Because if you make the wrong one, how is it going to affect the people
Every
that you're making
fucking
these
body.
decisions for?
Yup.
So, and not everybody is called to lead, and that's the thing. We have so many people who try to get in a leadership position and then they crack and they cave, or they give in, or they let stuff go to their heads, and then now
That's
we don't
right.
have a leader. You have to be built for it tough, and you have to have true morality. And that means you can't be tempted by these things in this world. You can't be tempted by money. You can't be tempted by women. And you're going to have to come as close to Jesus Christ as you can, because
Dead
heavy
ass
is the
real.
head that wears the crown.
That's true, man. It's super true. Guys, listen, this has been a good ass conversation. I can't wait to clip it. I got a whole bunch of clips that I'm putting out, Beeline. I want you guys to see some of the topics. I know, it's hard to watch, a whole show and see everything, whatever, but I do appreciate you guys. The numbers have been rising again. Our consistency is showing. And thank you guys so much for watching consistently. Thank you guys so much for coming on and talking with us. I can't wait for everybody. Make sure you go follow Laura and Jason. Make sure you check their pages out. We're constantly posting everybody's stuff in the Beeline Entertainment group. So if you guys want to check out everything, it's an easy way to get to everybody's different videos and stuff they're doing for the week. But once again, please, if you haven't already, go ahead and like and share and subscribe to the channel on YouTube. We're over there, all of our content's over there, and we still are trying to grow. Thank you guys so much for over 1,000 subscribers, man. I never thought I'd hit it, but I'm very, very happy, for all the success so far. But anybody else got anything in closing? Anybody want to shout something out?
Oh, let me shout out my brother Eric Green over at Upsurge Magazine.
Yes.
They are doing a wonderful job. Shout out my girl Successful Toy and Troy over there also.
Definitely.
And I'm trying to think. Shout out my husband and my kids. That's all. I love them, baby kids.
There you go. That's right. Shout out to the fam, for sure. How about you, Jay?
I just want to say, hey, it's all love out there for everybody. I have love for everybody. I enjoy talking with y'all. Want to give a shout out.
Really, really good convo.
I want to give a shout out to my little munchkin, even though she's probably asleep, but I want to give a shout out to her. Also, I hope that what we did today, even though yes, we're here to entertain, but sometimes it's just nice to sit back and have a conversation. I enjoy having these intellectual conversations, and I enjoy kicking it with y'all, even though I'm hot as shit and I have nothing to drink. I'll have a sparkling water. That shit is disgusting. I'm sorry.
I love that shit, man. I don't know if people seltzer waters. I fucking love seltzer waters, man.
I just can't. It's like spicy water.
It's just like drinking free aqua seltzer. I can't do that.
I love it, man. It's little, not as much sugar, and it still get that crisp, burps out. But yeah, like you said, hey Jay, this is free talk, man. We come on here. There's no topics. There's nothing. I didn't have nothing planned for this show. I was like, fuck it, we want to talk about what we talk about. But I knew we were going to get it done because we all part of this group. But we had a really good conversation. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. And definitely check out the sponsors. Like Laura said, Upsurge Magazine. Please go check them out. They're doing big things over there. Just came out with issue 5. So definitely subscribe to that. Check them out. They're doing big things. And of course, Eric G. And they got his wife with Coley's Vegan Treats, man. Check them out. Get your Valentine's Day treats in. If you are in the Raleigh, North Carolina area. Check out I believe it's let me make sure I have it. As a matter of fact, check it out.
Check out Coley's Vegan Treats. Love is in the air, and so is the sweet scent of their vegan Valentine's Day treats. Perfect for treating yourself or someone else. Visit www.coleysvegantreats.com and place an order today.
That's right, guys. But until next week, we gonna be back and we got some shit. Checking it out. Yo, we got Straight Through the Roast Wrestle Talk tomorrow night, Wednesday. Wrestle Talk Wednesday is 9:00 p.m. Eastern time. Check us out. We'll all be there talking about the latest in wrestling. From what I see, Ricky Starks is now in NXT, so that was fast. A lot of releases
real fast.
happened. Oh, really fast. A lot of release that just happened. We're going to talk about it tomorrow on STR with STR Nation in the building. And, of course, Thursday is the entertainment show, and we are back at it. But make sure that you stay true, stay positive, pay attention, baby. And we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Peace. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.
People, check out Upsurge Magazine. That's right, brand new magazine hitting the scene, and it's got a whole bunch of content creators and news and information and important people that you need to know about. That's right, supporting businesses and all. We gonna talk about it. Upsurge Magazine, check them out today. people, make sure that you go ahead and check out the B-Line Entertainment Stuff and Things shop. We got all merchandise that you're looking for, everything to promote the show. That's right, from hats to glasses to cups to sweatshirts to t-shirts, you name it. Boys, girls, babies, whoever wants to show off that they love watching the B-Line Entertainment LLC. We can't wait to see you in your brand new gear. Come on and check it out today. Let's